Well, Super Saturday has come and gone this year, and we certainly had a Super Saturday in both Melbourne and Sydney. Record numbers of September listings in both those capital cities, 1,100 auctions in Melbourne, 1,000 in Sydney. So it was a big test for the market, and certainly that Sydney market has given clear indications of running out of steam. And I guess no surprise, 90% clearance rates in May, and we got a clearance rate under 70% last weekend. And of course, that's the lowest September clearance rate in Sydney for 3 years. So the market really is starting to track backwards, coming to more normal levels. Melbourne market keeps on keeping on. Clearance rates maybe just falling over the last month or so. It's still quite solid, and perhaps some early indications that it too is running out of puff. But look, Super Saturday gives us a chance to reflect on how the market's gone in early spring, and really the signs are that market energy is certainly now starting to decline. Well, look, everybody can have a rest this weekend. You know, go away, watch the footy. We've just got a touch over 40 auctions in Melbourne and around about 350 in Sydney. So a bit of a break, but it all comes again next weekend, where we'll have a remarkable 1,000 auctions again in Sydney and 1,200 in Melbourne. So no rest for sellers, no rest for buyers, and it will be a significant test further through into spring whether these volumes of auctions will continue to push clearance rates down. And we are starting to see perhaps the emergence of a buyer's market, still in favour of sellers, but the buyers have just got a better run at the moment, particularly with these extraordinary numbers of auctions coming on. Well, look, we will continue to see high volumes of auctions all the way through to December. Maybe a little bit of a rush to market. Maybe sellers want to take advantage of the heat that remains in the market. Interest rates have been on hold for 4 months. A decision next week by the Reserve Bank likely to be on hold again. But you know, don't put away the chance that they may cut. We've had some disturbing, perhaps, news internationally. Volatile stock market, so maybe that interest rate cut will be on the card, but I'm not sure that will influence our housing market activity over the remainder of spring. I think that we'll start to see, more likely than not, clearance rates below 70% in Sydney and maybe Melbourne going forward, reflecting supply catching up with demand, and generally a flatter market moving through to spring, I believe, is genuinely in prospect. Well, look, there's no doubt that the clouds are gathering over not just our national economy but also the international economy. We've really been in uncertain waters over the last year or so. Lowest interest rates in 50 years, highest unemployment rate in 12 years. So we really are evolving into a different economy in Australia, an economy that's not as reliant on resources. We are starting to see some good early signs that construction services are picking up the slack, but we are still exposed to what's happening in the global economy. That volatile share market really is perhaps looking like evolving into a bear market. That works its way into confidence, and of course confidence is always the key in real estate. So there's another factor that I guess we must start looking at that will impact on our spring housing market.